Hi, today I'm going to show you how to create a double beaded shambhala bracelet, and in order to make one you will need a crazy glue, you will need scissors of course, you will need a string, and I got this string from Michael's, and you will need Swarovski crystal disco ball beads. So I bought white ones and I got 22 of them. I also have black ones from a previous video when I was making a shambhala bracelet, and you will need 2 plain beads. And what you do with this string, you're gonna have to cut it into 3 pieces. You will need one that is about 47.5 inches long, so it's a pretty long one, and then you will need 2 smaller pieces, each about 21 inches. So two each 21-inch long strings. So the first one we're gonna tie up here. So this is the 21-inch long, right? So you tie up one end, and then you're gonna take the long one, the 47.5 string, and you will tie up somewhere around here. And set it aside because you won't need it for at this given moment. Half of the beads that I have will go on this string. So I'll start with the dark ones first. Okay, so you put it on, and what you want to do, you want to create a knot right here on the other side of the bead, and make sure that the knot is very close to the bead. Once you make a knot here, we'll start putting the white beads on. So here comes the first one, and you create a knot again. As I said, make sure that the knot is very close to the bead so it's not loose. And so half of the beads will go on this string, and then the other half of the beads will go on the second string. Okay, so we are done with the first string. Okay, so we can take it off and put it to the side. And now we're taking the second half of the string, we'll tie it up, and we'll do exactly the same thing with a slight modification, and the only modification is that we will tie the first knot with this string. Okay, so we're tying up knot somewhere here, okay? And we do exactly the same thing. We start with the black bead, creating a knot. And then it is followed by the white beads. So I have 11 of the white beads and 2 of the black beads on each string. All right, once you are done with the second string, you want to tie the other end here. There you go. And then we're going back to the first string that I prepared. And we will also tie it up together with this one. So remember, this is the string right here that I attached, that I created a knot, the first knot from at the very beginning. So again, leave it to the side. Okay, and we're gonna tie the other end right here. For now, this is just a temporary thing. All right, so now the two strings are aligned together. We are gonna use this string, the longest string, and what we are going to do, we will simply wrap this string around the beads, both of them, between the on top of the knots that we created. So this is what we do. Okay, once you are done, you will repeat the same thing in the opposite direction. So again, we're gonna wrap around the beads. There you go. And we are almost done. With the bracelet. So what I'm gonna do with this string, I'm gonna tie up a knot right here, just so it stays still. Now we will use these two strings to tie up the bracelet together. So now we can untie both ends right here. All right, once you untie both ends of the bracelet, you're gonna take two longest pieces of string on both sides. We can cut off the shorter ones on this side, right here. Okay. And we do the same thing on the other side. Just don't get confused. These two strings, these two pieces of a string belong to the longest string that we used to wrap around the bead. So put them aside. Now, we will keep the longer piece of string here. We'll cut this one off. Okay. So we're going back to the two pieces of string from the bracelet. We're gonna align them this way, okay? And now we'll just simply continue creating knots, but slightly different ones. These are the knots that are present in the original shambhala bracelet. Alright, so what we want to do, we're taking this piece of string, we put it underneath, right? Keep it like that, keep that little loop here, and this piece will go on top of the other string. And the other string, what we do with this, it will go inside of this loop. Okay, and then just pull it. Hold on, I have to pull them closer. And you just repeat this. Again, you're gonna create a small loop. So you put the string underneath, there you go, and on top of this string, right? And then you're putting this string inside of the loop, and then you pull both ends. There you go. And just continue like that again. Alright, once you are done, you can tie a knot here, a small one, so one untie. There you go. Right here. And one more knot. And we can cut off the ends here. Okay, so one goes here, out, and the other one is here, out. I always like to use a crazy glue a little bit on top of the knot, just to make sure that the knot won't untie, and to keep it secure. But you don't have to do it. Just a little bit on top of the knot. And there you go. You wait a few seconds for it to dry. Alright, so these two strings will be used to open and close the bracelet, so you can put your hand in. And to decorate the strings, two strings, I'm gonna use two tiny white beads. So I'll put one bead right here and tie a knot. There you go, and then you cut this off. You do the same thing with the other end. And your bracelet is done. This is how it looks. And I'm going to put it on my hand to show you how it looks.